Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Valentino Rossi the game, MotoGP 16 here in this channel. And in today's episode we have a bonus race to do before our Moto3 race, which is in Great Britain around Silverstone. And it's another race on the Yamaha R1M race bike, and it's around the Marco Simoncelli San Marino Grand Prix circuit. So we're going to be doing that before we jump into the next Moto3 race. And in today's episode I'm going to do it differently. Instead of qualifying, I'm going to go straight into the race and start from the back just to test myself. So we're going to get straight into that first, and then we get straight into the Moto3 race. So here we go, guys. Right, so let's get into this first race of today's episode, and we're going to be starting at the back of the grid. We've skipped qualifying, just up the level, so I think there's about 13 bikes in this race, so we're going to start at the back of the grid. So let's get straight into this and see if we can win it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with this race with the VR Academy. Now, Valentino Rossi's at the front of the grid, and it's in good conditions. Now, these race bikes are pretty quick, but not the sort of speed of a GP bike, but the lap times are still going to be quite quick round it. We've done a couple of races on one of these bikes already and we've done pretty well, so let's see if we can have another good result. But starting at the back, we're going to have to be really aggressive at the start, so let's see if we can take a few riders in this first corner, and that's not too bad. Trying to get right up the inside there. We've managed to get up to P10. Let's try and turn it in here, try and pressure some of these riders into mistakes. Let's try and slow it down now. I'm using the bike, it's on simulation and pro physics, so we're going to have to be really careful we don't over accelerate in the slow corners. God dear, that was a dangerous pass there, but we got a good line through there. Can we take a few riders? Showing Valentino Rossi the doctor how to do it with the brakes into that corner, but we just lost it into that next corner. But we still managed to get up to P6, so that's still a pretty good start on this first lap. But I do like this circuit, so hopefully I can show that I can go around it pretty quick. And a few riders have gone really wide, and Valentino Rossi's one of them as well. But he's always been good on the brakes, so he manages to turn it in. But we're up to P5, so that's not a bad start. Can we get a nice line through here? God dear, we almost lost a couple of places trying to turn it into that corner. We have to accelerate slowly out this corner. Don't overdo it. Don't want the bike to kick out. This has been a brilliant start so far, and see if we can get it to the end of the lap. But let's see if we can open the throttle of this section, get a nice turn in here, and try and stay off the curb. God dear, we went in there hot just onto the curb there, but that doesn't matter too much. The back kicked up a little, but just try and go into this next right-hander really fast. Let's see if we can stuff it up the inside and get the brakes on. Let's do a Valentino Rossi style-y, and we get in there. Can we stop it and turn it? I think we're going to slowly accelerate. Yes, we managed to turn it in, and we're into P1. What an awesome pass that was. That's how you do it, Valentino. Let's see if we can get back into this corner really well. Oh God, someone stuffed it up the inside there, and a few riders are trying to come around the outside, but still P2, still a good result after the first lap. Let's have a look at the times. The rider in front of us did a 140. What was my time? That I felt that was very quick. Oh, I did a 139, so I think I was the fastest lap of the first lap of this race. So I did really well, but I just lost a few riders in that corner, and I'm losing it. I'm onto the curb, really struggling to turn it in there. I've just got to try not to overdo it. So I did really well in that first lap, but I can still make mistakes, and once you've got a bit of heat in the tyres, they're probably going to try and pull away, and that's what they're trying to do. Let's see if we can get a nice line through there, stay up the curb. Just lost a little bit of speed, and I can see Valentino Rossi trying to get back into the lead in front. We need to chase him down. I want to at least finish in front of him if I can. That would be a decent result. And another rider's gone wide. No, it's not Valentino Rossi this time, and we managed to take him in that corner. He lost just a lot of speed in that corner, and see if we can just latch on to Valentino. Oh God, really high into that corner. Just had to turn it in, and oh God, almost clipped the back of my wheel there as I turned it in, and just getting his slipstream now. We really need to chase down these two if we want to get into first place in this final lap. They're just trying to pull away, and again just carried a little bit too much speed into that section. I've got to stop doing that. That does cost me a lot of time. Let's try and stuff it up the inside of Valentino. Didn't get close enough. Let's try again in this corner. We did really well. Can we stuff it up the inside? Turn it in. No, Valentino got a much better line through there, and it didn't work on this lap, but we're not going to give up. But again, he closed me down. We just made slight contact, and it's all down to the final lap. Can I win this race, or at least get on the podium? Hopefully in front of Valentino, but we just had a little bit of a wiggle there as we accelerated on the curb, and we lost a lot of time through there. I'm not sure what time our lap time was there, and again we've hit a 1:39, but we need to probably hit a faster lap time if we want to win this race. So we're going to have to up our level on this last lap. Let's see if we can catch them up in these sections. We need to get a good line through this right-hander here. This is where a lot of the riders do lose a lot of time, and they've both gone quite wide. Let's see if I can turn it in. I struggled to turn it in as well. So all three of us lost a bit of speed in that corner, but let's see if we can get a better line through there. That was a lot better. Onto both the curbs there. Oh God, that was a bit of a mistake. That's probably cost me a little bit more time, but we are right behind them in their slipstream. We've still got a chance to get past them if we can have a couple of good corners here. Oh God, almost went straight into the back of Valentino's bike there, but managed to turn it in, but it did cost us a bit of time. Now we're going to have to stuff it up the inside on this right-hander. Can we get really close to him? Slow it down, turn it in. We need to latch on to him here. Really struggling to get any speed out of that corner. God dear, the bike just a little bit of a skid there as I tried to tap the power on, but we're still behind him and we've still got a chance to get past him if we can take this a good line through here. That's a much better line through there, really getting the speed. Did you see the suspension at the back bobbling up on the wheel as we went onto the curb at nearly 150 miles an hour? We managed to stuff it up the inside. Now we've got to turn it in here at speed. Can we turn it in? Yes, we do. Now we've just got to try and do this next couple of left-hand corners really well. We've got to try and stop them from getting past them. We've managed to do it in that corner. I think the gap is a little bit too much for them to catch up. You don't know. Unless I muck it up. No, that wasn't too bad. Quick look behind us. Oh, they're coming around the outside. It's going to be a fight to the line. Who's going to win it? Oh, just won it. What a last lap. I'm not sure what the time was on that lap, but that was an awesome last lap. It seemed pretty quick to me. Right, let's check the results out, and yes, I did a 1:38.340 on that last lap, and that's probably what won me that race. What an awesome start to today's part. That's really fired me up, so hopefully we can have some success around Silverstone, but it's a difficult circuit for me, so we're going to jump straight into this Moto3 race, and fingers crossed, guys, let's get straight into qualifying. Right, so it's a home Grand Prix for our rider in today's episode around Silverstone. Hopefully we can have a good qualifying and a race today, but this has always been a really difficult circuit for me. Plus, guys, fingers crossed that we get some contract offers at the end of today's part. I know all you guys want me to select another team, so let's get straight into qualifying. Really struggling in this qualifying session. So far our time's only been fast enough for 23rd, and we've only got just over 14 minutes left in this qualifying session. I'm struggling so badly to find the perfect setup. This circuit's got so many difficult corners to go around, and it had to rain, didn't it? I knew as soon as I looked at Silverstone and I thought, oh, it's going to be in Great Britain, I thought, yes, it's going to rain, and of course it was going to rain. And that's just made this whole situation in qualifying so much more challenging, and I'm trying my best. I want to at least get top 5 in qualifying. I think with the sort of times I'm behind, look at that, oh, just over a second off the time. I seem to be pretty quick at the start of this circuit, and I get ahead on the split time, but the next 3 after that, I always lose about 1.5 to 2 seconds, and I can't seem to better that. But hopefully in this remaining time in this session I can improve my times, but it's really difficult. I think I'm going to have to try and latch onto a few other riders in this session and try to get a bit of slipstream to improve my times, because me on my own, I just can't seem to beat the times set, and 2:19 was really hard. Oh, actually that wasn't too bad. We've actually jumped up to 11 with that time, but we're still nearly 1.5 seconds off the fastest time, and that's quite a lot in a race. But we'll carry on going. We're going to go another lap, see if we can improve, as we've just managed to get 11th. We need to get to at least, like I said, top 5 I would be happy with, but let's see if we can latch on to that rider in front of us. Really struggling, and again I think we're just, oh god, we're just over the time on that first split point this time, so we weren't faster on the first one this time. So we've obviously, the conditions are getting slightly worse. Now when I first started the session it was only light rain, but I think the rain has actually got harder through this session. I've got no idea what the rain's going to be like in the race, because if you remember the last time we did race in Germany, when it got to the race it went from light rain to heavy rain and thunder, which really made the race so much more challenging. But at the moment hopefully the clouds will go, and in the race it'll be a little, oh no, I've come off. Right guys, we got to the end of the qualifying session and we didn't manage to improve on that 11th place in qualifying, and that's what we're going to have to take into the race. We just could not improve our time in that session, and we did crash off quite a few times, which actually does cost you a lot, because when you go in to repair the bike it takes a lot of time off you, and plus with the alterations to the bike setup as well, it's one of the worst qualifying sessions I've had, but we're going to try our best in the race, so fingers crossed we can do better. So let's get straight into it, guys.
Hello to all our viewers and thanks for tuning in. We're here in England at the Silverstone circuit, where the 12th Moto3 World Championship race is about to begin. As you can see at the moment, the sky is covered with a thick layer of cloud, but according to the latest weather reports, we're assured that it isn't going to rain.
Well, this changes the game plan, guys. It's dry now, so hopefully we can do better. I'm actually feeling positive now, so let's get straight into this and push for a podium.
Bikes and riders ready to go here at Silverstone, and in just a few seconds another great British Grand Prix is about to get underway at this famous old airfield.
Right, so here we go with our home Grand Prix around Great Britain, around Silverstone. All that effort I put into qualifying in the wet and it ends up being dry, but hopefully we can go a little bit quicker into the corners now it's dry. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see if we can get a good start here, and that wasn't bad. Let's see if we can get into this first right-hander and gain a few places. And I think the one thing that's going to be very key in this race is slipstream. There's a lot of sections where you need to use slipstream, and that wasn't a bad first corner, so we've managed to get up to 7th place. Let's see if we can hold that into the first couple of corners and stay with the leading group. We definitely didn't have the speed in qualifying, but that was in the wet. I'm not sure how I'm going to fare in the dry, but we will see. And also, guys, I've got to be a little bit carefuler into the corners as well. I've been so lucky in this series so far that I haven't crashed out, and I don't want this to be the first time, especially in front of the home crowd. So let's see if we can get a bit of slipstream here and gain a few more places. We're going to have to just see what the first lap's like and see where we can push this bike and see where we're slightly quicker than the AI. I mean, we were slower in the wet, but like I said, you get in the dry, it could be a totally different ball game, and we just tapped the back wheel of that bike there. We've got to be careful when we go into those slow corners, and dip it in, because we've got to be careful that we don't get knocked off. Let's try and take it nice and easy into this corner. We've gone out slightly wider, and I'm going to lose a place, but that doesn't matter. Oh God, almost crashed into that bike behind me, almost tripped my back wheel. Got to be so careful I don't get knocked off early in this first lap, and let's just try and hold this 7th place if we can, and just see where we are faster. Now let's try and take it a little bit quicker through this next corner, and let's see if we can gain a few more places. And that's like a knife through butter. We went straight through the middle of those two riders and gained a couple of places, but can we hold it into these next couple of corners? These corners are quite challenging as well. Let's slow it down, and it just smacked me. A bike just tapped into the back of me there and just sent me out slightly wider. That just affected me into that next corner. Let's see if we can take that place back onto the curb. Just made contact with the rider in front of us, but we managed to make that pass there. We're back into 5th place. Let's see if we can get a nice line through there, and that was perfect. Got a nice drive, and let's try and get in this slipstream. So we're up to P4 coming to the end of this first lap, and it's not been too bad so far. Let's see if we can get a couple more places if we can. Let's slow it down into this left-hand turn here. Slow it down. We've gone slightly wider than the other riders there, so we're probably going to lose a place. Yes, we did. Let's see if we can stuff it up the inside. Oh God, went onto the curb there. I had to correct myself. That's a bit of a difficult corner there. I've got to take that slightly wider. Don't need to go so tight into there. That probably lost me a bit of speed. So let's see what the lap times are like as we come round the corner and go over the finish line for the first time. Let's see what the lap time is, and we've managed to do a 1:18. So these laps are going to be a lot quicker in the dry, so that's probably a few seconds quicker than we did in the wet. So I can imagine the next lap's probably going to be a couple of seconds quicker than that. So these lap times are going to be quicker. Let's see if we can take this Navarro in front of us. He was the one that had the fastest time in qualifying, and he's lacking back in full, so he's not having a great race at the moment. Let's see if we can take him in this next corner. We just made contact with him. Let's see if we can get him in this next corner, get a nice line through there, nice drive, flip it over, get a nice line through here, get in the slipstream. Yes, we managed to get a good drive there. Let's see if we can beat him down the straight, and yes we can. Let's just check there's no one else coming down the straight behind us. No, there isn't, so let's latch onto the 3 in front of us and see if we can push into the end of this second lap and see if we can get amongst the riders in front. We want to at least get a podium place. I mean, the fact that we only qualified in 11th, if we can get on the podium, that still would be pretty good. And we are leading this championship at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant. So let's see if we can carry on this good points tally that we've got. Oh God, just went over the curb slightly there. We've got to be careful because these curbs are still going to be slippery. I know it's not wet, but it's, if you if you catch the apex at a low angle, you can still slide off. It's happened to me before, so we've got to be careful. Let's see if we can gain a little bit more time on these riders through this next corner. That seemed to be pretty good for us last time, and that's not a bad corner. Let's try and turn into this left-hander. Yes, I think we're just managing to catch up through here. We seem to be pretty quick up this section. It's this next couple of corners here we seem to struggle. Let's see if we can just try and take it nice and gentle. Get a nice line through there, and we can just latch onto the three in front. Let's try and get into their slipstream, and hopefully on this next straight we might be able to take a few more in this section. Can we? No, they managed to get a better drive, but we're still within a chance of getting a podium place if we can just latch onto that, the rider in third. And I think my teammate's up in front of us as well, so he's having a good race, but he went really wide into that corner, but he's managed to turn it in. He still had a better pace through there than I did. Let's see if we can get a better line through instead of the curb. Again, we had to correct ourselves as we're trying to turn in, and we're just finding the bikes a little bit unstable through there. But like I said, we did all our adjustments in the wet, and now we're in the dry. It doesn't feel as the same. We're not getting the same response for the bike. It does feel a little bit different, but hopefully it won't affect us too much. Going into this final lap, we've got perfect chance here to try and get a podium, but we went into that corner way too fast, and that's probably cost us a bit. We don't want to lose these bikes in front. We need to start going through these corners a little bit quicker. Let's try and go through this section a little bit faster this time. We've got to be careful. The back end slightly kicked out there, but it worked out for us. We managed to carry a greater speed into the next couple of corners. Right, let's see if we get a nice drive out of this section. That's not bad. Flip it over. Right, get in their slipstream. This is the section we need to latch onto them now. Otherwise, once we get into that next section, we won't be able to catch them. But so far, so good. It's looking good, guys. I think we might be able to take one more rider in this lap if we can get a nice line through here. Let's go and take a risk. Let's dive down the inside. Oh my God, we made contact, but we managed to get past. But I don't think we're going to manage to make it stick. But we still get up to second. We only had let one rider through, and we've got one on behind us. He's budging us behind, but he sent us out wide with that little bit of contact, and that's really cost us into the next corner. And my teammates managed to get back past, but we still managed to get into a podium place. But I've still got a rider behind, quite close behind me. But that was a risky pass there. I just went for it. Luckily, I didn't come off. But I like taking risks, as you know, in the last lap. So see if we can take another one. Bloody went straight past our teammate, right past him into that corner. Really trying to push the bike now. We're coming to the final sections of the race. Can we win it here? Oh, I don't know. My teammate's trying to take the inside line. I'm trying to close him down. I'll set him on the curb. That was a good move there. We've got to stop any other riders getting behind us and up the inside of us if we can. We want to at least get second if we can. Now we've got into this position, but can we go one step further and take first? But we need to get past him here. Can we do this? It's a straight fight down this section. Yes, we carry a decent speed. Our bike seems to be pretty quick on the straight, and we should be able to hold it as long as we can get a good line into this. We're going side by side into this left-hander, but I think I'm managing to hold the line there. Right, we've got to close this one down here to this right-hander, and stop him from coming up the inside. I think we're going to be able to stand it up before he can get past us. Let's quickly have a look. I think we've managed to do it. Yes, I think we're going to do it, guys, and we're going to take another victory here in Great Britain in front of the home crowd. There you go, guys. We've done it again. We've recovered and won another race in this Moto3 season, and that is absolutely fantastic. What a race from 11th place on the grid. What a fight back, guys. From 11th on the grid, we fought our way to the front, and on that last lap took a couple of risks with those passes, but they paid off. But if it was still raining, guys, I probably wouldn't have taken all those risks and probably settled for a lower place. But it was dry and I felt a little bit more confident. I hope you're enjoying this series, guys. But now we're probably going to jump in to see if there's any contract offers. A few of you guys want me to select a lower team when we get a contract offer, and I'm going to put it to a vote. I'm going to leave the video for a couple of days, let you guys choose what team we select. So let's jump into it now and see if we've got any offers.
Hey, you're making a name for yourself in the pit. A few teams would be happy to have you with them. You can find all the details in team list.
Right, guys, it's down to you guys. We have got some contract offers. Now, the team that gets selected the most, I will select, and we will finish with this team in this Moto3. Now, a few of you guys want me to go all the way through the Moto3 season, and to be honest, I want to go to the end as well. I want to complete all three divisions: Moto3, Moto2, MotoGP. So get your votes in, guys, and in a couple of days we will select that team and carry on with this season. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I'm really chuffed with all the support. I thank you all, and keep the comments coming, keep the likes, and I will see you soon for the next part. Thank you so much, guys, and bye bye.